Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. And today we're celebrating Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day for many reasons, but the first reason is it's my birthday. And I love chocolate. And I know you guys do too. Anybody can have dark chocolate and milk chocolate, but we're making a rich white chocolate ice cream. It's super simple, super easy, and it says, I love you, come be my boo. So without further ado, I'm gonna show you how to make the easiest white chocolate ice cream ever. Let me just show you how I got a little bit of my mise en place ready. In a saucepan, I have 1 cup of whole milk plus 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Make sure your milk is whole, it will make a difference. And you're just gonna bring it to a simmer. I have 2 large eggs in a relatively heat-proof bowl. So this is a Pyrex bowl, or it could be stainless steel. And I only have 2 whole eggs. Usually, ice creams can be made with a lot of egg yolks. They're very rich, they're very heavy. This is a sort of light. We're really relying on our white chocolate to be the shining star of this ice cream. And then what I'm going to do is mix in 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and a teaspoon of all-purpose flour. That's my secret ingredient, and I'll tell you why I'm using it in a little bit. Then I have 12 ounces of the highest quality white chocolate. That's white chocolate that has mostly cocoa butter. That's the fat in chocolate. And that's what white chocolate is. It really isn't true chocolate. It's basically flavored cocoa butter. And the higher the quality of the white chocolate, the more cocoa butter there is. That makes that creamy, melt in your mouth quality that we want. So really high quality, and then you're gonna chop it. All right, as fine as you can. Mine is sort of coarse chopped, but it's gonna melt super fast. My next thing I have ready is a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract for later, a bowl with a sieve in it, getting it ready to put into an ice water bath, all right? Because we want to cool our mixture down. We're making a custard. That's what ice creams are. They're custards. And the minute we stop that cooking process, the better that we can prevent any egg coagulation. And we don't want to get any of those little bits. And this is my insurance that we're gonna have the smoothest ice cream ever, folks, because we have our sieve and our ice water bath. So let's get started. So I have my milk and my cream coming to a simmer. I'm gonna take my 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and I'm gonna mix that in with my 2 eggs and my teaspoon of all-purpose flour. Okay, why do I use flour? Well, this is what's known as a stovetop custard, and 1 teaspoon, 1 or 2 teaspoons of any type of flour, usually a wheat flour like all-purpose, will actually elevate the coagulation temperature of eggs. And it actually prevents curdling. And that's what we really want to do. We really don't want any curdling because we don't want any scrambled eggs in our ice cream, right? We want the smoothest, creamiest ice cream ever, right? Because you're making this for your loved one. You're making this for your Valentine. So it's got to be perfect. So I'm just getting this all ready. And I'm really just whisking that up for a minute just to get that sugar sort of dissolved a little bit in there. And then my milk and my cream has come to a simmer. And now we're going to temper our eggs. What does that mean? That means we're going to get our eggs ready for the hotness of our hot cream and our milk. So we're going to just gradually, slowly, just dribble a little bit in. This is the eggs. Basically, we're saying, hey, eggs, we're going to warm you up a little bit. We don't want you to curdle. So we're just going to sort of have you get used to the idea that the temperature's going up a little bit. It's going to get hot in here. All right? Sort of like when you go into a swimming pool, if it's nice and cold, you don't want to jump in right away, so you put your toe in first and then just gradually go in. That's what we're doing here. And as it gets used to the hotness of the cream and the milk, you can start pouring it in a little faster. All right, and then I'm going to pour the rest in. Then I'm going to wipe the side off because it usually does dribble a little bit. and that's okay. I'm gonna put it back on my cooktop. I'm gonna turn my cooktop on and we're gonna pour the whole thing back into the same pot. All right. And this is where our custard forms. So we're gonna be putting this up to like a medium low and then upping the temperature as we go. Remember, our flour protects a little bit, but it still could curdle, so we're going easy on it. I have a thermometer. This is a bimetallic stem thermometer, and I want my temperature to be about 180 degrees because I'm trying to cook the eggs. We don't want to eat them raw, right? Because eggs sometimes could have the possibility of salmonella, although the majority do not. So we're just going to get this ready. The temperature will go up, and then what you're going to see is this beautiful, silky, thickened, viscous mixture. It's not going to get too thick, but it's going to get thick enough that it's going to coat the back of a spoon. So let me get this up to temperature. And it only takes a few minutes, but remember, this is known as a stovetop custard with starch, because not all ice creams have flour in them. That's my little secret. And in my newest book, Baking with Success, I have some ice creams. I have an ice cream chapter, and I have some ice creams made with a little flour and some without. So you do have to be cautious with all ice creams because you really don't want to curdle. And I'm going to have something that will take the heat over here. If you ever feel that it's getting too hot, take it off the heat. All right, so I'm going to take this off for a second. I'm going to show you what we got in there. All right. And I'm going to see if I'm going up to 180. And I'm going past 160 now, so we're getting there. The kill point for salmonella, for your information, is 160. And we're still not there. We're still at about 158, 160. So we're going to keep going for a little bit. Remember, our goal is 180. But the flour sort of elevates that coagulation temperature of the eggs, like I said before. So you really are not going to get scrambled eggs if you watch. And when you make a pastry cream or a pudding, usually there's more starch in there, right? Usually you notice there's usually a lot of cornstarch or flour. All right, I'm going to take it and see what that temperature is. See where we're at right now. We're climbing. We're past 160. We're almost there. We're at 175. We are at 180, folks. We are there. All right, so I'm going to turn my heat off. Now, I'm going to put it down. I want to show you what it looks like. It's lovely. It's nice and thick and viscous, but now we're going to make it even richer because we're going to add our beautiful white chocolate. And wait till you see, this is going to melt in 2 seconds because of that cocoa butter. I'm going to show you. I want you to slide in there and see. Look at how gorgeous that is and creamy. And we're going to ensure that if there is any teeny little bit of coagulated egg, and there very well could be in spite of the flour, it happens, we are going to get rid of it by straining it. That's how you get the creamiest ice cream ever. And I'm going to add my pure vanilla extract right now. I'm going to get that in there. I want to make sure that my chocolate is melted before I put it through my strainer. And I usually don't like to put this through my ice cream maker right away. I usually like to sort of let this, I don't want to say age, but I sort of want all the flavors to sort of meld together. And that's what a good ice cream has in it. So I'm going to pour it through my cold water bath. And after you do this, you do want to taste it because you want to make sure that it has the proper flavors. I'm shaking because it's a lot of beautiful white chocolate ice cream custard in there. All right. Now what you do is you just lift that up and you may see a little, tiny little bits of egg coagulated. You see that on there? That's fine. That happens. All right. Now the first thing I do is I let it get nice and cold. All right, so I would leave this here for a short time to get to room temperature and nice and cold. This ice water bath stops that cooking process immediately. And that's what you want to do. And look at how that coats the spoon. It's like silky. You can almost taste it. It's so delicious looking. All right. Now what I want to do, and I know it's warm, ice creams usually flatten a little bit when they're cold, the flavor. So you do want to taste it now and make sure that the flavor is really where you want it. And so I have to, it's for research. It's quality control. Oh my gosh. It's creamy. It says white chocolate. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to leave this here for a few minutes. Then what I'm going to do is take it out of that water bath, the cold water bath. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap. And I'm going to chill it in my refrigerator for as long as it takes to get ice cold and to let those flavors meld. That may be overnight or several hours before I put it through my ice cream maker. All right. After I process it, I want to show you what it looks like. So my ice cream has been processed. I'm just scooping some up for Valentine's Day. And if you have seen my video, I made a fortune cookie just for Valentine's Day to go perfectly with my white chocolate ice cream. So I have this gorgeous, 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 lovely fortune cookies in different patterns. And of course they have fortunes, and I just love to serve it like this. I serve it like this with 2 spoons, 2 spoons, right? And it just says, "Be my Valentine." Oh, you know what we have to do? Let's see what's in this. Let's see what's in here. Let's open this fortune and see. What does it say? Be my Valentine. So I hope you're going to be my Valentine, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you watch the Valentine fortune cookies. Till next time, happy Valentine's Day.